Hey guys, it's Ghostboy here, and I'm here to do part 3 of my CD collection. Shelf 3. Yeah, that's it. I have nothing else to say other than things about the CDs in my collection. So, before I show off my third shelf, I'm going to show you guys 2 new albums that I bought? What the fuck? That I bought at Target a few days ago. So I got Killswitch Engage, Atonement, and Knocked Loose, A Different Shade of Blue. Really good, like, core albums in the metal community. Some awesome ones. And that's it for new stuff. And without further, whatever the fuck, let's get on with Shelf 3. First CD on Shelf 3, Metallica Load. Actually, I should have warned you guys we're continuing the Metallica collection. But here's Metallica Load. Really good album, actually. Surprisingly, I guess. Not much to say about it. But Garage Inc. Really good cover album. And actually, I heard they might be coming out with a Garage Inc. Part 2, from what I heard. Which might be the next Metallica album. And Saint Anger. This is not the worst Metallica album. Definitely not the worst. No way in hell is this the worst. This is a really good album. Definitely more groove than thrash, but oh well. Reload is the worst Metallica album. I don't have that. That's the only Metallica album I dislike. Death Magnetic. Classic song after classic song. They didn't play anything off this album when I saw them on the World Magnetic tour with World Wire tour with Avenged and Volbeat. That kind of sucks, but just classic after classic, man. That Was Just Your Life, End of the Line, Broken, Beaten, Scarred, Cyanide, All Night My Lungs. So many good songs. Then, the last of the Metallica collection. Hardwired to Self-Destruct. Such a great album, man. This was top 15 at least albums of 2016. It's been a little while since I've listened to it last, but I'll definitely give it a jam again. You know, but My Chemical Romance, Black Parade. Good, some overplayed songs on here, but it's okay. Just really good ones on here. I'm not gonna be one of those people that are like, look, when's my Chem getting back together? Oh, we get it. I'm sick of hearing that now. I mean, I do want my Chem back, but just stop bitching about it. Next, we have some more pop punk. Neck Deep, Life's Not Out to Get You, and Peace in the Panic. Amazing pop punk records. Especially Life's Not Out to Get You. Yeah. Peace in the Panic, I think, was on my top 10 for 2017. I deeply regret not doing those videos back then, but oh well. We're getting back to some metal. Ocean's 8 Alaska, Lost Isles, and Hikari. I'll say Alaska is definitely one of the best progressive metalcore bands in the entire world. Really hope these guys come back to Jersey sometime. I saw them twice. Once with James, once with Jake. Just a phenomenal live band. And I actually got to meet Jake. For those of you that follow me on Instagram and Facebook, you'll see the photo. You dig? Okay, they don't dig. Mice and Men, Restoring Force. Unfortunately, this is not the full circle. But it's okay. Definitely need the rest of their discography, but oh well. And it sucks Austin Carlisle no longer in the band, even though that was a few years ago. But hey, his scream vocals are really good. And next we got some more classic stuff. Blizzard of Oz from Ozzy. There was something wrong with the fucking thing that you put the disc in. You want to see why? Fuck, this thing won't open. Open up, cocksucker. You shitting me? Furious as a bitch. But those have. Diary of a Madman. Good album. Nothing I really listen to anymore. But definitely a good one. And this is gonna sound funny to you guys. This is probably my favorite Ozzy album, Black Rain. Just great songs on here. Not Going Away, I Don't Want to Stop, Trapdoor, shit goes on. Might be definitely one of his heavier albums. Heavier solo. What the fuck does that mean? Solo albums. And I think we're losing. Next, one of the POD Satellite. The memories of this album, man, in like the early 2000s when I grew up. I was born and also grew up around the early 2000s, like new metal era. And this is one of the albums that kind of got me into metal, modern metal at least. It's still something I listen to, mostly for childhood's sake, for memory's sake. Man, I love it. I love it. You know what I'm saying? Pantera, Cowboys from Hell. This album is very good. Rip in peace, Vinnie Paul, once again. This is another album I haven't really listened to in a while, but it's definitely still a banger. All Pantera albums are a banger. You know what I'm saying? Just keep that up there. Oh, fuck. Almost dropped it. Vulgar Display of Power. Even better than Cowboys from Hell, that's for sure. Probably not as heavy. Or just as heavy, I guess. I don't really know. But, man, just... This album's just better, man. Mouth for War, Walk, fucking Hostile, This Love, By Demons Be Driven, all the good shit. Just an album that, when you listen to it, you're like, I just listened to this album. My ears heard it. My eyes couldn't see it because I was listening to it instead of looking at it. It's a great one. Far Beyond Driven. Not the best Pantera album, but it's still a great one. Not much to say about it. Just Strength Beyond Strength. Strength Beyond Strength definitely has like hardcore elements in it. For sure. Back to the metalcore stuff. Parkway Drive, Horizons. This is one of the best metalcore albums of all time. And surprisingly, it wasn't like, I don't know. I don't know anything anymore. Parkway Drive never releases a bad album. Definitely not. Alright, next. This one I just never listened to. But it's a banger. Queensryche, Operation Mindcrime. I think I got this for a gift. When I was in 8th grade, I got my tonsils taken out, and I just got this as a gift. Along with some other good shit. I got this particular thing from my uncle. Because we were talking about Queensryche one time, and I was like, hey, you like Queensryche? And he's like, oh, of course. Then, a good amount of time later, I got this for a get well soon gift. Because I don't know if any of you motherfuckers have ever had your tonsils taken out. That shit painful as fuck. Well, not as it's getting taken out because you're numb and asleep. But when you wake up, man, that shit just hurts. And when I was talking for like the next few days, every time I talked, I sounded like Cleveland Brown Jr. Shit was fucking weird. Shadows Fall, The War Within, and Fire from the Sky. I do not have Retribution. I do not have Retribution, unfortunately, but I might get it one time. I might get it one day, you know? Really good. One of the bands that kind of got me into metalcore. Definitely. And probably one of the most underrated metalcore bands, too. Sucks they're still on a hiatus. But they did, I think, like, I think they thought about doing reunion shows, but I don't know. 6 a.m. Prayer for the Blessed. Volume 2. I'm an idiot. really good hard rock band. I think this is way better thing for Nikki Sixx to be doing than Motley Crue. That's true. They were really good. I saw like their last song when I saw them with Shinedown and Five Finger Death Punch a few years ago. Now, before we get to the next bunch of CDs, I'm going to take a sip of Cherry Coke. Love Cherry Coke. Next, Slayer. Hell awaits. I got this when I was in 7th grade. I think this was like the 4th Slayer album I ever owned, I think. Really good ones. I think my brother and I have tried to do Hell Awaits. Tried to cover that. Obviously it never works because we suck. Oh, well, I should speak for myself. Rain and Blood, even better than Hell Awaits. Rain and Blood was, I want to say, the second metal song I ever learned on the drums, and probably the second song in general. No, the third song in general I learned on the drums. Right after For Whom the Bell Tolls and All the Small Things. And what's better than that album? South of Heaven. Man, South of Heaven, fucking Behind the Crooked Cross, Mandatory Suicide, their cover of Dizzard and Aggressor, Spill the Blood. Spill the Blood, good Halloween song, definitely. Something I listen to in the fall. Even though I don't really listen to a lot of 80s music anymore. Still love it though. And what's better than that? You know what's better than that? Seasons in the Abyss. Probably my favorite Slayer album. Actually, no, that's probably my favorite Slayer album. Fucking Blood Red, Expendable Youth, Dead Skin Mask, Skeletal Society, Seasons in the Abyss. Just banger after banger. Almost every Slayer album is good. And Diabolus and Musica. I don't see why a lot of people hate this, man. This is a great album. Why is this everyone's least favorite Slayer album? Dummy fucks. You know what I'm saying? And then I have... That's it for like old school Slayer. Then I have their last two. World Painted Blood and Repentless. Repentless, obviously the first one without Jeff Hanneman. After he got dead, unfortunately. Sucks. But it is what it is. What's next? Slipknot, All Hope Is Gone. I have Great Chapter 2, but I give that to my brother because that album is trash. Like I said in my review for We Are Not Your Kind. My favorite Slipknot album, I don't see why a lot of people hate this. Probably because they sort of abandoned nu metal in this one. This was more of a groove metal, kind of almost just like a gothic metal sound, kind of. Alright. And that was also another one of the albums that introduced me to modern metal. This album has memories too. Stained, Break the Cycle. I love this album so much. Open Your Eyes, Pressure, Suffer, For You, Outside. Can't say much. Can't say enough about it. In terms of the lyrics, I can tell Aaron Lewis has definitely had a fucked up childhood. That's not something funny. This CD I kind of fucked up because of the case. This guy kind of fucked up a little bit. I don't remember what I was doing. But, what even album is this? Stained, 14 Shades of Grey. You wanna know why I fucked it up? Look on the back. Just that. And then here is this. The CD is in here though, and it looks fine. That's all I can say about it. And then chapter 5. Here we go. So we put the pile together. Now we're getting back to the pop punk. State Champs, The Finer Things. Fun fact, they did not have Around the World and Back. It's weird. I don't know why, but fucking physics, man. Just dumb. But I absolutely love this album. Fucking Elevated, Deadly Conversation, Remedy, Nothing's Wrong. So many good songs out this bitch. If you know what I'm saying. And then last from State Champs, Living Proof. Why do a lot of people hate this one? Fucking, what the hell? This is one of their best albums. Not their best album, but it's one of them. That's for sure. And getting back to the... Now we got some hardcore. Stick to Your Guns, Diamond. Another one of my all-time favorite records. Just another album that just has classic song after classic song. Against Them All, Such Pain, We Still Believe, Empty Heads, Bringing You Down, Built Upon the Sand. Some of my favorites from Stick to Your Guns. Very pissed I missed them in Brooklyn on the Pure Noise tour earlier this month. But I've already seen them twice, so I guess it's okay. Alright. Suicidal Tendencies, Light to Camera Revolution. I don't really have much to say about my Suicidal Tendencies CDs, but that's just really good crossover thrash. I consider these guys the OGs of crossover thrash. Because, I mean, I could very well be wrong, because I don't know every crossover thrash band, but, you know. What's next? How About I Laugh Tomorrow When I Came and Smile Today. Another good one. And Controlled by Hatred, Feel Like Shit, Deja Vu. Very thrash-y, obviously. Sum 41, All Killer, No Filler. I think I bought this one last weekend, along with the Nightmare CD from Avenged that I bought along with this. Really good album. System of a Down, or as I call them, System of the Doom, self-titled. Another album that kind of introduced me to modern metal. Sweet Pea, No Sugar. Every single song on here is amazing. It's not a bad one. Not my favorite System of a Down album, though. But it's one of them, definitely. And Toxicity. I got this actually along with the POD CD. This, yet again, another album that introduced me to modern metal. And has a special place in my heart. Alright, next. Trivium, Vengeance Falls. I think this is kind of where they abandoned metalcore a tiny bit. Although, actually, nah. They were always metalcore. This is more, I guess, I don't know. Not a whole lot of uncleans in this album. But I think this is actually the album that introduced me to Trivium, funny enough. The first song I heard from them was either Strife or Through Blood and Dirt and Bone. And I was hooked. So I got the CD and I was like, oh shit, I like this album. I like it so much that it is good. You know what I'm saying? Under Oath, Define the Great Line. Really good Christian metalcore band. I'm actually not a huge fan of Under Oath, but I really like this album. I love this album. So I bought it. Actually, I got this along with the Sum 41 and Avenged Sevenfold one. At the same exact store. So, win-win. You know what I'm saying? Up next, Vanna, Void, and All Hell. These two albums mean the world to me. Vanna's one of the greatest bands of all time. I want them to get back together. They're way more important than My Chemical Romance. You kidding me? Davey Muse is probably the most motivational person on the planet. No doubt about that. Up next. This one, Phil, my homie, if you're watching this, you're gonna hate me for this, but I showed you it already, so you know. Burial's Pain Again. One of my favorite hardcore albums of all time. I got this I got this along with Living Proof. What do I keep saying right around? I think right before the closest FYE near me went out of business, I went and got some CDs, and this was one of them. And I was surprised they had it. Hey, I was happy as fuck. That was it. And the last CD of this particular video, Wage War Deadweight. I got this at Warped Tour last year. I unfortunately was not able to see Wage War set because we had to leave early. and we weren't able to see everybody we wanted to see because we had to leave early because people had to work the next day. So I'm still hating myself for that, you know, but yeah, it's just life. And that's it for this video. I think part 4 might come actually later today. Very small collection, by the way. But that's it. Hope you like this one. If you don't, then you have a different opinion than people that do like it. Yeah, whatever. Goodbye.